I may make light of the reasons why I'm getting a divorce, but truly, one of the biggest ones is I've been in this masculine energy for so long that I have lost my identity. Like, I really feel like a damn man for most of the time in this relationship. I have endured things that no woman should have to deal with when it comes down to things like protection. Imagine now, my son, one of them, teenage son, not 5 years old, teenage son, thought he was going to be in an altercation with another guy. I had no idea. He walks past his dad, he walks past his brother, and he says, "Mom, come with me. This guy is talking shit, and I want, I think it was his computer or something. He wanted something back." Without hesitation, I jump in the car. My gimpy, post-stroke surviving self jumped in the car to take this boy to meet this kid for a potential altercation with no hesitation. I drive him over there, and he actually gets into a fight. Just think about that. In a crisis, in a potential situation of harm, his instincts is to seek me out, like to forego his dad or his brother, but seek me out. Like I'm the fucking goon in the family. I've been masculine for so long that we actually will go somewhere. I'll come out to the car, and my husband and my son are sitting in passenger seats. Nobody's in the driver's seat. They're waiting for me. I've been in this masculine energy so long that I don't even recall more than 4 or 5 times, I'm 56, even talking about or discussing menopause or understanding that some of the emotional changes or the changes in my skin or all these different changes are coming from that. No concept of it. My brother-in-laws used to talk mad shit to me, just the most inappropriate, most vulgar things that they could say to me. And because I think maybe because of the military, likely, I would just talk shit back. But the fact that my husband allowed it in his presence for them to say the most deplorable things, the most disgusting, vulgar things to me, and him not feel the need to protect me from them, that's crazy. And it didn't even occur to me until my boys got older. Like, so we're talking about years. When my boys got like 8 and 11 years old and they were actually in the room and noticing this, that's when I spoke up. Because it occurred to me that my sons were witnessing the disrespect and how their uncles were treating women. And I didn't want that to be their standard. And when I approached my husband about it, he said, "Oh, well, you seemed fine and you were giving it right back to him. But were you fine with it, sir?" I've been masculine for so long, I'm constantly thinking about filters. HVAC filter, water dispenser filter, the air filters in the car. I was reading this whole list about if you've been imbalanced for so long, and I'm checking all the boxes. The self-care, that's for shit. The freaking burnout. The stress that I've been carrying and just the impact it has had on my physical body. Like, I walk around every day with a headache of some degree, literally every day. And sure, it may be related to the stroke, or the stroke is related to the stress, either way. I mean, when the kids were younger, I was doing both, putting Hot Wheel tracks together, building Legos, and also bedazzling dance costumes, cooking and cutting grass. So yeah, I'm fucking tired. And it's not just me jumping into these roles. My husband made space for me to be in these roles. He sought me out for some of these masculine roles. Like, literally, if there was something heavy to lift. Now, the 2 youngest are over 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, give or take. But he would seek me out. "Babe, come help me move the couch. Babe, come help me move the table." And if you're wondering, yes, even intimately. In the past, me initiating was a treat, but then that became the norm in this relationship. I may make light of the reasons why I'm getting a divorce, but truly.
Some days ago, I saw a video of a woman talking about that before she married her husband, they had a conversation that their marriage will only work out if she takes decisions for the smaller problems, and her husband takes decisions for the bigger problems. And she laughed. And I was looking at this video, you know, and I was just like, it's not even funny. And the thing is that most men, they don't want to become tired, okay, for their wives and their kids, okay? They just want to be chilled. They want comfort. They want to keep the ball low, right? They are like, yeah, but that's not a big problem, you know? Don't be dramatic. Just chill a little bit. Everything will find its solution, like this type of way, right? But at the same time, the women, they are finding solutions. The women, they are hustling. The women, they are keeping up this peace. For the man, it's like a small problem, right? Small decisions to take, but all the decisions together that the women take, it becomes a big issue, because when the man, he sees everything as a small thing, right? That the woman can do the small things, the small problems, the small decisions, then finally the man is not doing shit. And bearing children, raising children, doing the household, sometimes even going to work to help pay the bills, right? Because most men, they are broke as fuck, okay? That becomes like everything, because what else is there to take decisions on, to decide about, to solve? Nothing, because the woman, she's already doing everything. The only thing that the man is doing is live his life as if he was still a single man, because he is not contributing to the household, and if he's doing something, he's getting applause, right? He is not cooking most of the times. If he is cooking, then he is getting applause, right? He's working, paying the bills the same way that he would if he was a single man, right? Most women, they are even helping. Let's be honest. Most men, they cannot provide for a family. Most men, they don't know the children's doctor's name. They don't know the children's teacher's name. They don't know even the children's clothing size. Most men don't know shit. Because it's always like the small decisions you as a woman take, right? But finally thousand small decisions, they are all the decisions that you need to take as a family. But finally, not the family is taking the decisions, solving the small problems, but whom? The woman. And it's more likely for the oldest daughter to help the woman solve smaller problems, making decisions, instead of the own father that is a grown-ass adult man. And the sons, they learn from the fathers. Because in this patriarchal bullshit system, it's like the man is the head of the household. But he's not doing shit. He just gets the title from the patriarchal bullshit system without doing anything, without having any value. The only thing that the man has is the loud voice and abuse, the muscles, if they have muscles. But most of the times men, they have more strength than a woman. So that's everything, and the dick. Nothing more. So yes, while a woman, she is doing all these small chores that become finally everything that you have to do for a family, right? The woman, she feels masculine because she is doing everything while being the beard for the man, while the man is not doing shit. The man is not bringing shit, only his dick and his balls. And he's bringing the title of the leader, the protector, the provider, the man of the household. That's everything, just a title. The title means shit. Because finally, as a woman, you are doing everything behind the curtains, and you are only getting the title of wife. And we all know that the title of the wife means shit for the patriarchal system. right? The head of the household, blah, 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 being a man, blah, 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 blah. That's the title for the patriarchal bullshit system that has worth. But being a wife in the patriarchal bullshit system has no worth. You are just a servant. You are submissive. You are subservient. You are serving. You are the maid. You are the baby machine. Look, whoever invented this manipulation that being a wife is something good with honor is an asshole. A really fucked up asshole. Because it should be that the woman is the head of the household. The woman is the doctor. The woman is the nurse. The woman is the teacher. The woman is the one that raises the kids, right? The woman is the childcare. The woman is the life that gives life, right? The woman is the first one to take care of the kids. Like, the woman is everything. Everything. When a woman she neglects her kids, the men, they always say, but you as a mother, you are everything for these kids, right? Suddenly you become everything for the kids. But when it comes to please a man, be in the patriarchal bullshit system, blah, 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 blah. When you are in this patriarchal bullshit system, they try to twist it. Try to leave your kids with the fucking father. They're gonna say that the mother, she's the most important person for a child, and that you are an asshole because you are neglecting a child and the child needs you the most. That's what all men say. All men say God intended for the woman to bring the child to the world and take care of the child because the mother is everything that the child needs. Right? Yes. But then when you are there doing the things for this child, for the family members, suddenly it's like, what? Yeah, but that's a must in the patriarchal bullshit system. Because you as a woman, you need to be submissive. You as a woman, you need to be a servant to the family members, blah, 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 blah. And let's be honest, most of the times it's not even about the kids. Because if it was about the kids, the men, they would raise their kids on their own. Most men I know that stay with the kids, even if they only have part-time custody or something like that, they always have someone to take care of the kids, okay? When the man is sick, what does he do? I cannot take care of my own kids because I'm sick. When the kids, they have some school activities and the parents, they should go there to accompany their children, right? In the school activities, what do the fathers say? I cannot because I work. And you tell to the man, okay, if the activity is on Monday, you don't go to work on Monday, but you go to work on a Saturday. Just reschedule it, right? Ask your boss. And most men, they act like as if you are asking something gigantic, you know, like very, very big, like very problematic. You are causing problems because you as a woman, you could go there, even if you work, but your bosses, they will understand because you are a woman and you have children, right? It's your first chore is to take care, raise the kids, right? The society should understand. Look, whatever the patriarchy says towards a woman, it's always the opposite. Whatever they tell a woman, it's to make the woman, it's to destroy the woman. It's to use and abuse the woman. Everything the patriarchy says is against a woman. And I'm so thankful, I'm so happy that nowadays so many women, even like the older generation than me, the generation before millennial, Gen X, I think, or something like that, they are coming out and they are talking because we need that. Because these men in my generation, they think that their mothers, they are happy. They think that their mothers are happy because they can keep a man. I would wish for the 70, 80-year-old women to talk to.
Hey, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. So this is the reason why I say 50-50 relationships are BS and they will never work. And at the end of the day, this video right here proved me right all the time. All the time. Because let me tell you. So for example, you agreed to go 50-50 with your man that you're dating, right? It's not for everyone. And also,
You know, I may make light of the reasons why I'm getting a divorce, but truly,
You know, I think what happened was a lot of Gen X women were um, groomed to be masculine in the black community in particular. I My mother used to stress me out so bad as a child I would sleepwalk with things that were adult concern, but they still was holding on to the fact that children are a blessing, but the men took off, so they missed that part of the scripture where the men's supposed to provide. So as a consequence, they made the older girls in particular responsible for um, responsible for everything in the household pretty much. And when they had sons, the sons were able to rest and be kids actually. You have a husband who sits back and lets you do everything, then what that means is that he probably watched his mother do everything. He probably doesn't respect women. I have somebody who's trying to be a friend to me now, and she's always asking me for things, but she has a man. She rides around with a man, and that makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable that you know, you're male identified, you're under men, but you have to ask women for everything to do everything for you. And then when I have men try to talk to me, then I feel like you know, I do everything myself. So what do I really need you for? So it really messes your dynamic up when you have been put in a position that you should not be in, or when you with a man that's a slug. I had another friend that was like that too. Her husband was financially abusing her. She was about 20 years older than him, and he ran all her friends off because she was constantly asking for money. And people will kind of look at you funny if you always asking for money and you got a husband. It's like, and they're single. It's like, what are y'all doing? You know? So we have to look for men. We have to look at the characteristics of men. Gen X we didn't know any better because we were groomed to be workaholics. As children, we had chores and we had things we had to do, things that we should have just really been focused on being a kid, especially the girls. But I think the young women, a lot of them now get it. There are some they're going to have to learn the hard way. They're going to have to be 20 years in before they figure out the game that's been run on them. But that's what it is. Whatever the content creator I'm stitching, if you decide on another relationship, you have to decide on a relationship with, because men see you, they see that you are a go-getter, they see that you're able to take care of things, they'll sit back. Especially men of a certain hue, as Black Shay calls them. So what you got to do is you just got to see where they at with it. You know, if they want you to do everything, then you don't really need them. That's what it boils down to. You don't really need them. You know, everybody in a relationship has to serve a purpose. Like everybody in the household, it's not one person in the household pulling the whole weight. Everybody got to chip in. Many hands make light work. But to let somebody sit up and disrespect you and then sit back and watch you do all the work, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. That's a no-go. They want to sit back and watch you do all the work and all the stress. Bye-bye, sir. Bye-bye. I can do the stress by myself. We not working together and sitting down putting a meeting of the minds, a meeting of the hands, working together. Then I don't know what the point is. So yeah, it's awful. It's awful. And then that generation gave way to the generation of men now who they don't want any. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything for their children. They don't understand why they got to feed their children. You know, why dump their kids off on the old people and try to circumvent child support by getting the kids, but then dump the kids off with the old people. Is how they get around that. You know. So I think Gen X, maybe what they did was they, because we had it so hard, I think we spoiled the kids too much. Millennials are really, most millennials are really baby boomers' children. So my siblings are millennials, and they don't have the work ethic. They don't have the work ethic. They didn't, you know, they just don't do it. They're not going to do it. So hopefully we work it out.
So the man being the provider is also not for everyone in relationships. So this is just my opinion. You agreed to go 50-50 with this man. He went to work and brought his 50% of the bill. You as the woman go to work and bring your 50% of the bill. But at the end of the day, the woman's job is never done. As a mother, especially when you have children, your job is never done. Because you get home, now you have to let down your armor of work. Now you got to put on the armor of being a mom. And still cooking and cleaning, doing laundry and doing all these things, and then making sure the children are doing their homework, making sure that the kids are going to bed on time, making sure the kids are getting their baths, all of that stuff, right? That is all on you, on top of you having to work and go earn your 50%, right? And then on top of that too, the man come home, right? He brought home his 50%. Now he just came from work. Now he gets to relax and play video game. So yeah, the woman's job never ends. And you notice how she mentioned that her son, who is a teenager, was going through it with another person, and he was going to go fight that person, and he basically came to the house, passed the father, passed the brother, and went straight to the mom. And then my thing is, the father was just sitting there and he didn't even felt the need to stand up and be a man and go help his son. So the mom had to do it. So now you're adding more to the relationship than that extra 50% that you're adding for the bills. So to me, how would I say that? People always want 50-50 when it applies to the bills and taking care of like the financial part of it. But are you really contributing to everything else 50-50? No, I don't think so. And I think a lot of people just kind of use that just for their benefits and trying to basically, you know, that's like people quoting the Bible only when it is in their favor, basically, right? And then she's also mentioning that she felt like she was in her masculine era. Why? Because for one, you are with someone who basically does not care about you enough to allow you to rest in your feminine. Because what does it say? If the mother does not feel safe and in her feminine self, the children suffer. And the man was so checked out, he didn't even care that you were in your masculine energy. He didn't care that how his brothers or your in-laws, the women in-laws, was talking to her. He didn't care how you were responding or if you felt some type of way about it. All he saw was you responded back. So therefore, you are like the boys. You are literally like the boys. That's how he saw it. So that's why he didn't feel the need to protect you, because he felt like you got it. You are a strong Black woman. And it's very sad to say, but that is the society that we live in, and that's what the men see. And of course, they're going to come in the comment section and say, oh, 50-50 this, 50-50 that. No one can afford to pay 100% of everything right now. And I get it. I get it's expensive right now. But when you think about it, it's never 50-50. It is never 50-50. I even believe that it's cheaper for the mom to stay home. My gown is falling down. I need to use my robe or my wrap thingy, right? It's cheaper for the mom to stay home and take care of the children. Now, if you have the option, of course. And if you have other ways of making money so you don't depend on the men completely, because you just cannot trust men nowadays, not right? But it's cheaper for the mom to stay home and babysit her own children. And, not babysit her own children, but watch her own children versus putting them in daycare and going and working an 8-hour job, which then won't even cover for the price of the daycare for the month or for that day, So it really works out better when you work things out that way. And in my opinion, and this will never change, 50-50 does not benefit anybody else but the men in the relationship. It does not benefit the woman, it benefits the man. The man is only solely bringing his 50% of the income, and everything else falls on the woman on top of her 50% of the income. I don't care who wants to argue with me about that, but that's my opinion. You get home, you cook, you clean, you do laundry and all that stuff. The man gets home, he just worked a 12-hour shift. So did you. And he gets home and he gets to play video games. And you actually have to go and be a mom and, continue working. So you never actually rest. You never take the time for yourself. And we have to be honest with each other. Men and women does not age the same. And that is the reason why a lot of men will tell you once you reach a certain age, you've hit the walls. And they will basically try to go for somebody younger. Because men and women age differently. Our skin, sag differently. It's just not sag differently, but our skin age differently, and we start to look older depending on what it is, because men, their skin is completely different. It's just, anyways, guys, that's really my take on that. Like, it never works. It never works for the woman in the relationship. It only benefits the men the most, and that is the reason why they're going to try to go 50-50 with you, because it benefits them the most. Because if we're going to go 50-50, I need it to be all across the board. The home, the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, everything has to be 50-50, not just finance. And I feel really bad for the sister. She's a beautiful woman, but at the end of the day, the person that you are with make you feel the way that you do. They treated you that way so you could feel that way. Anyways, that's my take, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.